if you're looking to visit this stadium, they got to figure it out here.
It's more than a buzz at Bryant-Denny Stadium. It's electric. Here comes the time.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Kangaroo Black coming back with the Week 11 recap. And we'll just go ahead and get right into it and start out with this LSU and Arkansas game. But first, let me say congratulations to LSU for winning the West and making their first appearance in the SEC championship game since 2019. But anyway, they got the win against Arkansas 13-10, which this was a pretty good game. It wasn't no, high scoring game or damn, spectacular plays. But it was a pretty good game, and I enjoyed watching it. Jaden Daniels, he didn't do much, only 86 yards passing with a touchdown. But, like I said, wasn't a lot of spectacular plays in this game. Josh Williams for LSU, he had 122 yards rushing with a touchdown. So he did his thing. John Emery Jr. only had 40 yards. But that was enough for them. Keyshawn Butte, 49 yards receiving. It wasn't much. One touchdown and 2 field goals for LSU. That's about it. Arkansas, touchdown and a field goal. That's all really happened in the game. Cade Fortin, 92 yards. Touchdown, third string quarterback Malik Hornsby went down, so he only had 24 yards. KJ Jefferson, he's still out with an injury, so don't know when he'll be back or if he'll be back this season. For Arkansas, Raheem Sanders, 46 yards. That's rushing. Hornsby, 37 yards rushing. So AJ Green, 31 yards rushing. And Matt Lerner, 69 yards and a touchdown. Jaden Hazelwood. But I'm telling you, both of these teams played good. Arkansas still had a chance to win, but LSU defense came up big at the end, so to seal the win for them. And another thing, congratulations to Brian Kelly, first year coaching in the SEC, and won the division and make an appearance in the SEC championship his first year. So, hey, it is what it is. So, LSU moves on, and Arkansas will be watching just like we will. But anyway, it is what it is. But let's talk about Missouri and Tennessee. Straight massacre. Missouri came out in the first half, played hard, man, played hard. Only was down by 7. Only was down by 11 points going into the half. So first half, Missouri did pretty good, man. The thing with Missouri, their quarterback is terrible, man. It's like his first read ain't there. He trying to run. He ain't give a damn, man. He ain't giving nobody time to get open. He taking off. But Brady Cook, he threw for 217 yards and 2 touchdowns. He also had 106 yards rushing. I just think he should give his receiver a little more time to get open, but he's young. He got time to develop. But he was the leading rusher, the quarterback. Corey Schrader, 25 yards on 10 carries. That is not good. Bannister, he had 73 yards receiving. Dove, 71 yards and a touchdown. And Lovett, 47 yards and a touchdown. But Tennessee was just too much in the second half. They came out in the second half and scored 38 points, while Missouri could only muster up 7 points in the second half. But you ain't gonna really beat no team when they scoring 38 points in a half. They also put up 28 in the first half. But Tennessee, Hendon Hooker, 355 yards, 3 touchdowns. And Hooker also ran for 50 yards and a touchdown. So he was responsible for 405 yards and 4 touchdowns. Great game for Hendon Hooker. Way to rebound on the loss against Georgia. Dylan Sampson, 98 yards and a touchdown. Rushing. So he averaged 12 yards a carry. Jabbar Small, 54 yards and a touchdown. Jalen Wright, 51 yards and a touchdown. Man, they put up 5 touchdowns on the ground and 4 in the air because Joe Milton, he threw a touchdown too. And he came in and had 105 yards. So it is. And one thing about this, I don't understand how these defenses continue to let Jalen Hyatt get open. Hendon Hooker caught him wide open going down the sideline. I just don't understand that shit, man. Brew McCoy, he didn't have a touchdown. He didn't score, but he had 111 yards receiving, while Jalen Hyatt had 146 yards receiving. Keaton, 60 yards with a touchdown. Faint, 21 yards, short touchdowns. He had 2 of them, though. But Tennessee, they are a pretty good team, and even if they would have won the West, they would have represented the East pretty well in the SEC championship. Tennessee still to have a chance to get into the playoffs, still. So can't count them out yet, even though they didn't win the East. So it is what it is, man. But this game was a debacle, 66-24. I know I said Tennessee did Missouri wrong, but I wasn't talking about them scoring those 2 late touchdowns with their second string. I was just talking about just the score, 66-24. That's all. I don't give a damn how late they score. If you on offense and you can score, score. I would. So yeah, I don't got no problem with them scoring, but Tennessee beat the shit out of these boys. But anyway, let's move on to the next game. We'll talk about who we're gonna talk about. Let's talk about TCU and Texas. Texas got the win. The first half, this was a defensive game. Really was a defensive game the whole game. Halftime, 3-0. 3-0. TCU. Come out the second half, TCU scored 14 and Texas scored 10. The only touchdown Texas got was a scoop and score. So their offense couldn't smell the damn end zone. For TCU, Matt Duggan, quarterback, 124 yards and a touchdown. Kendre Miller, he ran for 138 yards and a touchdown. So, hey, Quentin Johnson, 66 yards receiving and a touchdown for TCU. Texas, like I said, their offense was stagnant. Quinn Ewers, 171 yards and a touchdown. They basically had a bad game, a real bad game. So, Bijan Robinson only had 29 rushing yards, and he's supposed to be the best running back in the country. I mean, it was sad. Nobody. Xavier Worthy, one of the best receivers in the game, 32 yards. So, I mean, it was just a defensive game, man. Texas had 4 4.5 sacks. So, they was doing it on defense, but other than that, they ain't have nothing, man. They ain't have nothing. So TCU got the close win by 7 points. So it is what it is, man. I forgot to go. Yeah, it's too late now. But for as this Tennessee game, let me go back to the Tennessee game. Tennessee had 724 yards of offense. 724, 460 passing, 264 rushing. I ain't never Power 5. I've yet to see a Power 5 team get 724 yards in a game. That's the most I've seen. You know, some teams probably got more, but recently, no, not 724. But Tennessee blew their ass out the water. Just wanted to go back and get that a little bit. Texas A&M and Auburn. Auburn got the win over Texas A&M. I'm always on Texas A&M and Jimbo Fisher, but I feel bad for them now. I really do hope that Texas A&M turn their season around next year, because they are shooting bad, real bad. I mean, Jesus, man. But anyway, Connor Winnington, they playing their third string quarterback. He had 121 yards and a touchdown. Oh my goodness, they shooting bad. Amari Daniels, 83 yards, on 11 carries. I mean, this is bad. Devin A. Chain, he didn't play. Don't know the reason for that, but hey, it is what it is. As far as receiving yards, nobody went over 43 yards, which was Preston. He had 43 yards and a touchdown. this defense of Texas A&M, man, I don't know what to say, man. Once again, they gave up 270 yards rushing. The past 3 to 4 games, this run defense has been terrible. They done gave up 300 yards, over 300 yards on occasions. One game they gave up almost 400 yards rushing. I think last week they gave up almost 300 yards rushing. It is terrible. It is terrible, man. Auburn had 330 yards and 270 of those yards was on the ground. They didn't need to pass the damn ball. It was just terrible, man. You had 2 running backs to go for 121 yards, which was Tank Bibbs and Jaquez Hunter. Both of them had 121 yards rushing. Jaquez Hunter was averaging 9.3 yards a rush on this Texas A&M offense. This is just damn terrible, man. Terrible. Robbie Ashford had a 60 yards passing and a touchdown, but he threw 2 interceptions. And, you know, Texas A&M can't do shit with him. But anyway, Javaris Johnson had a touchdown receiving. So, damn, man. Texas A&M is shooting really, really bad. I mean, damn. I feel sorry for old Jimbo now. I ain't going to even put him on the hot seat no more. No more this year. It is bad. All right. Let's go to Georgia and Mississippi State. All right, Mississippi State came out in the first half, did their thing right before the half due to mismanagement of the clock or poor clock management on Georgia part. They had to punt the ball to Mississippi State, and Mississippi State player took the kickoff for a pick six for a touchdown right before the half, which made the score 17-12 going into the half. But then Georgia came out, scored 28 points, and it was over. They won 45-0. Stetson Bennett, 289 passing yards. Georgia had 179 rushing yards. To Mississippi State only had 47 yards rushing. 261 yards passed. But anyway, Will Rogers, 261 yards and a touchdown. Jaquavius Marks, only 41 yards rushing. Dylan Johnson only had 9 yards rushing on 6 carries. Harvey had a touchdown on 64 yards. I'm going to just tell you, man, this defense of Georgia is just getting better and better with every game. With every game. Everybody, including me, didn't think Georgia's defense was going to be this good coming into the season. But they have improved through every single game. Stetson Bennett, he had 289 yards. He threw 3 touchdowns, but he had 2 interceptions. So he got to fix that part, albeit I don't think, both of them was his fault. But anyway, he just got to get better in the interception department. But Stetson Bennett playing pretty good, man. He delivering these wins. I know that. Ladd McConkey, 70 yards on 1 catch. On 1 run. He went with that end around and took it all the way. I didn't know he was that fast, but he pretty fast. Kenny McIntosh only had 41 yards. Kendall Milton, 41 yards and a touchdown. Stetson Bennett scored a touchdown on the ground, which he shook the guy out of his damn shoes. I'm like, damn. DeJohn Edwards, 11 yards, and I think he was the one that fumbled the ball, man. He got to hold on to that ball. Ladd McConkey also had 71 yards receiving and a touchdown. Darnell Washington, 60 yards and a touchdown. I don't know how Stetson Bennett can miss Darnell Washington big as he is. I mean, that dude is huge, man. But he got 60 yards and a touchdown, and Brock Bowers scored a touchdown on 41 yards. But this Georgia team, man, I don't think nobody can compete with these guys right now, man. Nobody in the country can compete with Georgia right now. So it is what it is. Call it like I see it. I'm not a Georgia fan. I'm just calling it like I see it. Nobody going to beat these guys. Plain and simple. Plain and simple. So once again, they chalk up another win. And congratulations to them for winning the East. They'll be in the SEC game 2 years in a row. So congratulations to them guys. All right. Next game will be my Alabama Crimson Tide versus the Ole Miss Rebels. So, all right. Coming out in the first half, we look so bad, man. I mean, we look real bad in that first quarter. I mean, we look ridiculous. Not like Alabama football. I mean, ridiculous, man. But we rebounded in the second quarter, scored 14 points to make the score 17-10. Our defense couldn't stop nothing in the first half. I mean, Jesus, man. I mean, Jesus. Oh, man. But we came out and scored 10 in the third and 6 in the fourth to get the win. A 6-point win, 30-24. Once again, it came down to the last play of the game, whether the defense can make a play or not. But Jackson Dart, 212 yards and a touchdown. Quishon Judson ran for 135 yards and 2 touchdowns. I mean, this, man, our run defense is getting worse by the damn game also. It's terrible. Jackson Dart rushed for 35 yards. So, receiving, Malik Heath, 123 yards and on 6 catches for 20 yards a catch. They were just picking on poor Terrion Arnold. Once Rick went down on that first play, they were just picking on Terrion Arnold, and he couldn't stop shit. So, I mean, damn, Jonathan Mingo had a touchdown on 59 yards receiving. Bryce Young got sacked 3 times. I mean, Jesus, man. But Alabama, they got themselves together, man. The second half, I was like, when I seen in the second half, they came on pretty strong defensively. Bryce Young, 209 yards and 3 touchdowns passing. I think he should have had about 5 touchdowns. But anyway, play calling is terrible. Jace McClellan, 84 yards on 19 carry. Now, Jace McClellan was toting that dope. He was carrying the rock. But Bill O'Brien would go away from him. Why? I don't know. I don't know. The run game is working for you. It's wearing the defense down. And you continually go away from it, which is just stupid, man. Roydell Williams, he only had 13 yards. And I don't know where the hell Trey Sanders, Jamarian Miller is at. They just won't give them guys the time of day. I just can't believe it. Jahmyr Gibbs, I didn't know he was hurt during the game, but he went out with an injury. He was limping, so I get that's the reason why he won in the game. Ja'Cory Brooks, 61 yards on 4 receptions and a touchdown. Burton, 50 yards and a touchdown. Latu, 38 yards and a touchdown. Ja'Cory, I mean, we still got issues dropping the ball. I'm glad I seen another wide receiver in there, Kendrick Law, which Kendrick Law, he's going to be dangerous in the near future. Trust me, if they play him, I'll just put it that way. He's going to be dangerous. But other than that, we did pretty good. Defense, second half, we played pretty good, man. We had 3 sacks yesterday. Byron Young, he came to play. He had 2 sacks. He had 6 tackles, so we did good. But Henry Toll, he just ain't the guy for middle linebacker. He is not the guy. So that's all I'm going to say about that. But anyway, I'm glad we got the win. So it is what it is. Next up, we got Austin Peay, which is a nobody. Maybe we won't struggle with them, but Bill O'Brien will make it harder than it have to be. So it is what it is. And, hey, that's just my Week 11 recap. So y'all have a good day and roll damn tide.